Alright, we're at chapter 10 of Riverdale. This one is The Lost Weekend. I gotta say, this is one of the strongest episodes the show has put out. We got a lot of character from everyone, a lot of emotion thrown into everything done, a lot of steamy stuff happening, a lot of weird things that teenagers are doing in high school, really sexy things, really weird. And we got Molly Ringwald at the end. And I guess that'd be my one criticism with this episode. Give me more Molly Ringwald. Sure, she'll be in the next one. Of course she will. She might be here till the end of the season now. I want more of her. I want her in the whole season. Make her a main character. Bring her in here. And my other main criticism, where the hell was Reggie in this party? This is a party we're talking about. You're going to throw a party. You're going to bomb it up. Chuck and Cheryl. Where is Reggie? Bringing him in here. Reggie's the best, man. That being said, I love Chuck. Chuck is so cool. He's one of those characters that every time I see him on this show, I'm just instantly gravitated towards him because he's got such a presence being this douchebag. I really liked that. And I really liked we seen the rivalries being formed here between the characters. Chuck and Betty, really nice rivalry, something I was really expecting. And when we saw it, I was like, oh damn, I didn't think Chuck was going to be coming back. They kicked him off the team. They got rid of him. He comes back and you see Betty is trying to control, not hurting him, as she digs into her own hands. You see the nail marks. That was intense. That was really scary. Betty has a dark side, and I really like that because she's just the girl next door. And she even says it in the episode, I'm not the girl next door. That's more than that. I hate being called that. It was awesome. Betty was really good in this episode, and the way she played off Chuck, the way she played off Jughead, everybody was just incredible. I love that rivalry that we saw. And Cheryl and Veronica, I will say right now, my favorite episode by far is probably this one, but my favorite scene in this episode, Cheryl and Veronica just losing their shit at a cheerleading thing where they're just dancing each other off like, what the hell, you're teenagers, you're looking sexy, like you're kind of in a weird, it was so cool, it was so weird, I was like really intrigued, and if you weren't a little intrigued, no matter who you are, you're like, well, yes, you would be intrigued by that scene. It was incredible, it was really well done. Was it actually them dancing? That's what I want to find out, or if there was like actual choreographers and stuff, I don't know, that was cool. But that rivalry I'm really excited to see more of. And we even got a rivalry between FP and Alice Cooper, which is something I wasn't expecting. A big revelation at the end of the episode was we see that Alice Cooper used to be one of the Southside Serpents. I thought that was awesome. You see now she has some more intent. There's more going on with her, and I love that. I love everything in this episode about Luke Perry going through divorce and when he wants to go through with it and stuff. That was a really good part of this episode. I wish there was more involving that, though. I feel they kind of push it to a side, but I really like that. The characters were all so emotional and intense in this episode. And I gotta give it up to Veronica. Everything involving her dad and how she's trying to figure out how to deal with that. I think that was incredible. And she finally just realized that she'll do what she can to testify for him. I thought that was great. Hermione wasn't very prominent in this episode. I understand why. This was really about Veronica, which I liked. I liked that it was about Veronica. Really made you feel more for the character, really understand her more. She did a lot of great stuff in this episode, especially, when she just wants to throw a party and she's just talking to Archie about it and their chemistry. I knew right from the get-go of this episode, when it started off, I could tell we're going to get that infamous scene with Archie and Veronica. We had it in the first episode. They can't just, not dwell on it again. We're bringing back some stuff. We're bringing back Chuck, for God's sake. Let's get some more Archie and Veronica romance, and I love that they brought this back into here. It was just so incredible to see. Those two have really good chemistry. I liked when they hooked up. I did. I really liked it. I liked them together. I liked Betty and Jughead together. I liked when those two were together. It felt real. It felt like it made sense. They were both going through a lot in their lives right now involving their parents and divorce and all the things and the chemistry, and it just made sense for them to be together. And I gotta say, drunk Archie was the best. When they were throwing the party, it starts off small, but even then you can tell Archie is going through a lot. His parents are getting divorced. It's getting finalized. Valerie won't talk to him. He messed up his life. He's losing so much of it. He wants to get together, but he's just drinking, and he just wants to have a good time. So he says, fuck it, let's throw a big party. I know it's Jughead's birthday, but I want to have fun. I need to loosen up. And I really think that was a good way for him to do it. His whole scene with Valerie when he's talking, like, just give me another chance, and she's like, no, and throws the drink on him. That's good. We've seen Archie be the goody two-shoes for so long in comics and be the good guy, but we're seeing him struggle here trying to figure out who he is, what he wants. I'm really into that. It's a nice story, a nice, interesting thing that hasn't really happened with Archie before. He was so good in this episode. He was probably one of the best characters in this episode because he was so driven, he was so different from what we've seen in him before, and he felt focused. And then we have this big scene where everyone finds out that he was with Grundy, and you can see he's just silently holding back, trying to do something. I really liked that. I really did. This was a great Archie episode and a Veronica episode, and when those two came together at the end, you're like, yes, this makes sense. I totally believed it. I totally understood why they were together, and I was really excited for them. And a big props in this episode to Cole Sprouse as Jughead. This character has instantly become probably a fan favorite. If you don't like Jughead, you're crazy. Everything he did in this episode, especially his rant to Betty as to why they shouldn't be together. She's perfect, he's damaged, they have no reason for them to be together, but they are. That was so intense, it was so real, it was so emotional. I felt every minute of it. He's a really good actor coming off of the stuff he's done before. You can tell he's really matured as an actor, he's really grown to his own guy. He did incredible, everything with him and his father and all the people in the episode, because this whole time it's Jughead's birthday. The whole episode is Jughead's birthday. He doesn't want a party. What does he get? He gets a party. And, you know, he realizes he's not going to be loved. He's not used to people caring about him and doing these things. And he gives a rant how he shouldn't be with Betty and all that. And then I just love the end scene where he's talking to his father and he says, you have to fight for her. You got something good here. She cares about you. And you have to stick around. Don't run away like I did. Do something good. FP and Jughead, their chemistry, everything with those two in this episode, I loved. This was a really good episode for all the characters, just seeing how they all acted. And Betty in this episode too, I was just blown away by. She did incredible. You know, we see her be the compassionate woman too. You know, she's going to go talk to Jughead's dad, get him to give him a birthday present, all this kind of stuff. I really like that. You can see a lot of the chemistry between the characters in here, which is something I really like. You can really feel that these people are all friends. And of course, my man Chuck. I talked about Chuck earlier. I'm a huge fan of Chuck. It was always nice to see him back in this. He's a really good villain, somebody we can hate to see, because we don't really have that. I guess, is FP a villain? I don't know if FP is a villain, because we see him doing so many nice things and trying to redeem himself, be a good father. I really hope we do see him be a good father. I want to see him win. I do want to see him win so bad. And I really like our end scene when we have Jughead and Betty talking. They're just like, yes, we both have issues, and we can deal with it because we need each other. I love that. It makes sense to me that they would be together. I like them together. I really think it works. And we have this big revelation kind of near the end of the episode. It's maybe in the middle. All the secrets are being spilled. Chuck says how he could have drowned because Betty lost her mind thinking he was Jason and she was Polly. And, you know, Dilton, where the hell has Dilton been? Dilton Doily is back and everyone thinks he's crazy. Was he a DJ? DJ Dilton. I love that. Dilton's a cool character, man. Where's Dilton? We need more Dilton, and we need more Reggie. And was Moose at this party? I don't know. I'm just going to stop there. We got Ethel, though. That was really cool to see. So Dilton reveals that he saw Miss Grundy's car there. We know Archie was there, and they were hooking up. That's revealed. And then I love this part 2 of this episode where Veronica just loses it and said, you know what? Maybe Cheryl loved her brother a little too much, and there was some twin cest going on there. That was really funny. I thought that was such a good scene. Everyone just felt so right. Like, this is the episode that everything's been leading towards, where everything is revealed. All our characters have intimate moments with each other. They feel compassion. They feel everything. We have Molly Ringwald. We have Dilton Doily. We have Chuck. Everything we've been culminating to is here. The parents have beautiful reveals. Everything's coming together nicely. We have a party. We have teens drinking. We have cheerleaders doing some weird sexy dance moves. Everything about this episode I thought worked, and this is one of the best episodes the show has put out in a long time. I'm excited for these next 3 episodes. The finale's coming soon. I can't wait to see it. This episode was incredible. So let me know what you think of the episode or the show overall, and I will catch you in the next video. Good luck.